News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
A Deer Lodge mother and her adult son found dead over a bar of gold. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It is Tuesday, December 1st, 2015. Right now we have 0 degrees in Missoula, some fog in the area. We do have some intermittent snowpack on Highway 93 south from Hamilton to Missoula, Lolo past to Lolo, on Highway 200 from Missoula to the Clearwater Junction. Our newscast this morning, sponsored by brand new sponsor, Damaris Buick GMC, Missoula's People's Choice new car dealer, serving western Montana for many years. The Powell County Sheriff says investigators have found the bodies of a Deer Lodge woman and her adult son who were reported missing a month ago, along with a large bar of gold. Sheriff Scott Howard said Monday the bodies of 79-year-old Beverly Giannati and 57-year-old Gregory Giannati were found Sunday night at a dump site. This audio captured by our news partners at NBC Montana.
I think wherever it happens, it's very devastating. You know, you've got fear out there that you've got somebody running around doing something. I mean, it's not good. Bev Giannetti was loved by a lot of people.
A person of interest who has not yet been identified because no charges have yet been filed is being held on a parole violation. That investigation continues. Beverly Giannati was reported missing October 31st. Deputies learned the Giannattis had last been seen on October 28th, 9 days after a cleaning woman found a 25-pound bar of gold worth almost $500,000 while working at the home of Beverly Giannatti's ex-husband. He died in August, and Beverly had planned to move into the house. Howard said Beverly Giannatti retrieved the gold bar. A Montana woman is suing Costco and its California vegetables supplier because of the E. coli illness she contracted after eating chicken salad she bought at the company's Bozeman store. The lawsuit was filed Monday in the Butte Division of U.S. District Court in Minneapolis by law firm Pritzker Olson and its associates at Bozeman law firm Beck and Amsden. Kelsey Thielbar, 30-year-old physical therapy assistant from Gallatin County, got sick after eating chicken, a salad she purchased October 18th at the Costco in Bozeman. Well, the process of cutting staff and budgets at the University of Montana to match reduced enrollment is continuing step by step. UM Vice President for Integrated Communications Peggy Coor said that comments are being gathered all this week from various campus groups. She said the process of cutting staff proceeds along several different lines.
Any proposed reduction of personnel plans must be sent to, first of all, the Vice President for Administration and Finance, Mike Reed, and also to the head of Human Resource Services.
Coor describes the lengthy process of cutting faculty and staff.
HR has to go through all the applicable policies. There are procedures. There are, in many cases, union agreements. So that all must be followed to the letter and will be followed to the letter. So that review will take place through December.
52 faculty positions and 149 non-faculty positions are set to be cut from the university's budget due to continued reduced enrollment. Coor says because so many decisions will involve personnel, they will not be made public through official press releases to maintain the privacy of those who are affected. A majority of Montana lawmakers says the State Department of Revenue did not follow legislative intent when it wrote a rule barring religious schools from benefiting from a new tax credit program. A poll of the legislature released Monday found 88 of the 150 state legislators said the Revenue Department's rule is contrary to the bill that passed earlier this year. The new law allows tax credits for individual donations of up to $150 to private school scholarships or to innovative educational programs in public schools. The agency's proposed rules exclude religious schools on the grounds that the Montana Constitution bars appropriations to religious organizations or affiliated groups. The results of the poll have no effect on the rule. However, the vote can be used as evidence if the rules are challenged in a court case. As of 3 o'clock Monday afternoon, Missoula is in a Stage 1 air pollution alert. According to the Missoula City County Health Department, air quality specialist Ben Schmidt says a high-pressure ridge has been sitting over the Missoula Valley for several days, leading to the stagnant air quality.
Pollution has just been slowly building up, and now we're fine to the levels where an air alert had to be called. So our basic recommendations is that people with heart or lung disease, children, the elderly, should try to limit prolonged exposure and exertion as much as possible.
Schmidt says pollution limits are determined by the amount of particulate in the air.
What we look at is the particulate particulate matter in the air. And if you look outside today in the sunlight, you can see that the air definitely has a little bit of gunk in it. It's not all moisture. What we look at is when an 8-hour average goes over that mid-20s to 28 micrograms per cubic meter range, that's when we call stage 1 air alert.
Schmidt says the stagnant air may be remaining with us through the weekend. A group of Democratic state legislators has issued a response to their Republican colleagues who recently urged Governor Steve Bullock to prevent Syrian refugees from resettling in Montana. The 45 Democrats sent a letter dated November 27th saying that the Republicans' letter to Bullock seemed to be solely motivated by, quote, divisive politics, end quote. The Democrats also argued that Bullock does not have the authority to determine who is granted refugee status. The Montana General Rifle hunting season officially ended Sunday, but there are more opportunities for hunters through the winter. Education coordinator for Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks, Vivica Krauser, says the season just passed was more successful in the last 2 years.
Pretty good season. Whitetail harvest started out strong and kind of slowed over the last couple of weeks, maybe just due in part to the weather. But the elk total was 354 compared to 253 last year at our West Central Montana check stations.
Krauser says a newly established season will be getting underway soon for elk hunters in central Montana.
We're trying a pilot project, and it's being referred to as elk shoulder seasons, trying to connect some opportunity to bump the population of elk down in some of those hunting districts where we're really over objective, and to do so outside of the general hunting season.
Krauser said there are still other opportunities for hunters throughout the state and that more information is available through the link on our website at newstalkkgvo.com. Mine operators east of Butte are looking to open a new gold mine just miles from the existing open pit gold mine that's set to close. The Montana Standard reports that the Golden Sunlight Mine is seeking a permit for a new gold mine less than a mile from the existing one, which is northeast of Whitehall. Mine manager Dan Banghart said the new mine would be an expansion of the old mine and would use the same mill to process the ore. The new mine is awaiting permitting by the Montana Department of Environmental Quality. At the original mine, 135 employees are facing unemployment starting today. If approved, the new mine will not open until 2019. Our News Talk time now, 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Valley inversions hold strong today. That means low clouds and patchy fog. Occasional flurries are possible early. Highs today will only climb into the upper teens. Tonight, lows in the single digits. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for Missoula's KECI 13.